So glad to see you again. We are with Greg Engert, beer director for the Neighborhood Restaurant Group, a food and wine sommelier of the year. The group includes Owen's Ordinary in North Bethesda, Vermilion and Columbia Firehouse in Old Town. Right nearby in the Del Rey neighborhood, you've got Evening Star Cafe and the Bottle Shop Planet Wine attached to it. Greg, it is good to see you.
You too.
Well, what do we have on tap this week?
This week we have Blueberry Pop from Grimm Artisanales.
I love that name.
Great name, really cool beer. 4.8% Berliner Weisse, so really crisp and light, tart wheat ale, finished with a ton of blueberries and some vanilla and lactose milk sugar.
Ooh.
Delicious summertime.
That's really
treat.
unique.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would know where to categorize that if I had had it blind and you hadn't, told me anything about it. And we've never done these guys before, right?
No, I don't think so.
Tell us about them.
Grimm is a husband and wife team, good friends of ours. Joe and Lauren Grimm. They live in Gowanus in Brooklyn, the Gowanus neighborhood of Brooklyn, New York. And they've been, big-time homebrewers for a very long time. Back in 2013, instead of trying to open their own brewery, which can be very expensive in Brooklyn, they wanted to kind of test the market and started brewing their beers as kind of gypsy brewers in the same vein as like Mikkeller, Evil Twin, Stillwater. And they started to contract brew their beers, including at a place called Beltway Brewing Company, which is near here in Virginia. And they really started to make a name for themselves. Very small batch, lots of fruited sours like this, lots of delicious hoppy beers, some imperial stouts. And so they started to really kind of take off. And you find them around here, but in small batches. They are currently planning to open their own brewery in Williamsburg come September. So they're going to have their own place then. And it's interesting. People are more and more seeking out breweries and brew pubs to buy their beer. The stat I saw was like, since 2010, on-premise brewery or brew pub sales are up 500% in the U.S. So it really behooves a team like this to kind of create their own brewery rather than to have it just produced elsewhere under contract.
This is really good. And
it's delicious.
Yeah.
Under sub 5%, so you can drink it all day.
I like it. So Williamsburg, Virginia.
No, Williamsburg
okay.
in
All right.
Brooklyn.
Sorry.
In Brooklyn,
Okay.
sorry, yeah. So they're
now I'm going to
New
get
Yorkers.
hate mail if I don't know Brooklyn well enough.
No, you do.
I like some hate mail. I never get any mail.
It was wishful thinking for Williamsburg, Virginia, I think. So really, really cool. And, it follows in the same, Mikkel of Mikkeller, he purchased the former AleSmith brewery. When AleSmith moved in San Diego to expand, they sold their old brewery to Mikkel, so now Mikkeller San Diego is a thing. He's actually about to start brewing in Citi Field, of all places, in New York. So you're going to have Mikkeller New York City. Evil Twin is planning to open his own brewery stateside. Stillwater is in the process of building a brewery in Brooklyn. So all these really talented brewers are starting to kind of settle down and produce things right on site.
Well, what's so amazing is we've been doing this for, God, I want to say 6.5 years, but I think that's wrong. I think it's 5.5 years.
5.5, yeah.
But Stillwater, not that they were a novelty, or Evil Twin or Mikkeller, not that they were a novelty, but Gypsy Brewing was they were the pioneers, I sort of think, that we knew about.
And you didn't see it very much. Like, it was very small.
Yeah,
now they're everywhere.
Ubiquitous. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, best
really
of luck
cool
to these guys. What would you pair it with?
Well, so this is the fruit forward aspect is great here, but also that creamy kind of vanilla note makes me think of, well, this would just be fantastic with like a bagel with cream cheese. Crazy good. Waffles with whipped cream on top, be phenomenal. Grilled cheese sandwiches, working in that fruit quality. Sometimes you can get like chicken salad wraps or on a croissant, and they'll add like mixed berries in it. So this is really great with like a chicken salad sandwich on a croissant. Fantastic. Salads of all kinds. This is going to liven up. So like a kale salad would be phenomenal. And then clearly desserts, cobblers, cheesecakes, pies, you name it.
But a good beer to introduce to new craft beer.
Oh yeah,
drinkers.
it's juicy.
This style.
Yeah, totally. Juicy, not mellow acidity, and not like overly fruit forward. There's still a Berliner Weisse in there. It's Berliner Weisse first and foremost, I would say.
Really good. Greg, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Everyone, please be sure to drink responsibly and be sure to bring your thirst next time for another Beer of the Week.